Have you heard the news that's been spreading everywhere lately? That NASA is sending astronauts to the moon in March? Some people got excited, others thought humans are finally walking on the moon again. But the real question is this news actually true? Or is it just hype? Let's clear everything up, no exaggeration, no misinformation. More than 50 years ago, back in 1972, humans last walked on the surface of the moon during the Apollo missions. Since then, no human has returned to the moon. But now, NASA wants to go back step by step. The new program is called Artemis. It's a massive space program with one main goal: bringing humans back to the moon, building a long-term presence there, and preparing the way for future missions to Mars. So where does Mars come into the story? The mission everyone is talking about is called Artemis II. This is a crewed mission, meaning real astronauts will be on board, not robots. But here's the important detail: Artemis II is not a moon landing. This mission will send 4 astronauts aboard the Orion spacecraft on a journey around the moon. They will fly past it, orbit it from a distance, and then return safely back to Earth. In simple terms, the first human mission around the moon in over 50 years, but no landing on the lunar surface. So why is this mission so important? Because it's a full-scale test of everything. Testing the spacecraft, testing life support systems, testing how astronauts handle deep space, and testing the extreme speed return to Earth. NASA wants to be absolutely sure that everything works perfectly before taking the bigger step, landing humans on the moon again. Originally, Artemis II was planned to launch in February 2026. However, during launch tests, technical problems appeared, specifically liquid nitrogen leak, which is extremely dangerous. Because of that, NASA decided to stop, review everything, and delay the mission instead of risking astronauts' lives. NASA then announced that March 2026 is now the earliest possible launch window, but without a fixed date. And this is very important to understand. March is not a guaranteed launch date. It's only a target. If new problems appear, the mission could be delayed again. So who are the astronauts? The crew consists of 4 astronauts, 3 from the United States and 1 astronaut from Canada. This will be the first time in history that a non-American astronaut travels on a crewed mission around the moon. The journey itself will last about 10 days. The crew will launch from Earth, fly around the moon, observe its surface from the closest point, and then return to Earth at speeds reaching 40,000 kilometers per hour. Now the question everyone is asking: when will humans actually land on the moon again? The answer is the next mission, Artemis III. This mission is planned to be the first human moon landing since 1972. One of its main goals is historic: landing the first woman and the first person of color on the moon. However, Artemis III still faces major challenges and depends heavily on the development of the lunar lander, which is being built by SpaceX. So here's the final summary. The news is partially true. NASA is preparing to send astronauts to the moon. A launch is targeted for March, but it's not a landing, and it's not 100% confirmed. What we are witnessing right now is the return of humans to the moon step by step. And we are living at the beginning of a new era in human space exploration. So here's the final question for you. Do you think the moon will become a gateway to Mars? Or is it just a symbolic step?